With the Super Bowl champion, Golden Tate. Let's talk about day two.
Day two was much better than day one, especially for our group. We played a lot faster. We got great conditions. And I got to wear shorts today. Got to hang out with the old time buddy of mine, DA, and watch him absolutely tear it up today. I mean, he's a player, and then also just I played better. I scored more points today. I felt a little bit more comfortable. Still left some shots out there, but made some key putts. I think is great for my confidence, and I look forward to seeing what the other guys do today.
How long have you been playing golf now for?
I kind of grew up dabbling in it. My grandfather was a huge golfer, so he was golfing all, through the weekend. And so I had access to clubs, and we had an acre and a half. And so I would go out and mess around. Didn't know what I was doing. And plus I was left-handed, so I was a lefty having to use right-handed clubs. And so I just kind of dabbled in a little bit. And then I got to college. We had a 9-hole on campus, and so I got a set of my granddad's clubs, took them to college with me, and kind of just hacked it around. And then once I got serious about it, probably in 2010. 2010 is when I started getting fitted for the clubs and stepping up that's when I caught the bug, had access to some cool clubs in Seattle, so I started playing. But here's the kicker, I played cross-handed. I was a lefty. I held it like a lefty, but I used right-handed clubs. And so I would go through phases where I would bomb the ball and find a way to scramble and get some pars here and there. But I go through phases where I couldn't get the ball off the ground. I would hook it and do all types of things, but there was nobody who could teach me. And so I went through one of them slumps again about in 2016. I said, you know what, I'm going to play this for the rest of my life. I'm going to go ahead and just switch it on over and do it either true lefty or I'm going to switch my hands and be a true righty. And, I went over to the left side and it felt like I was playing a whole different sport. Like I felt like an unathletic dude on the other side. So I just switched my hands, stayed with the right-hand clubs and started grinding. It took me about 2 weeks to get the ball out of the air. Lost a lot of distance and just kind of grinded and chipped away. And I went from probably like a 15, 16 to a 10. And then I kind of flirted around 8, 9, and now here I am at a solid 5, trending up, unfortunately.
Well, golf is a tough sport. What do you do to keep yourself mentally in it when things don't go your way?
Man, I try to do positive self-talk, and usually I just need, a beverage just to calm the nerves a little bit. But I think it's what makes golf so incredible is that it's almost less about the golf swing and more about the mental and the mentality you have. I could probably speak for most of these guys here. Once we leave this tournament, we'll probably get back to playing at I'm a 5 and the 1s and the scratches and the pluses. But here, something just changes, man. You start playing protective golf. You're not swinging the club. You're trying to guide it, and you just play a little bit worse than you typically do. And it's nothing to do with really the course. It's just all to do with mentally, just not playing free. And so that's why I have so much respect for our PGA pros, because you have to, repetition after repetition, but also believing and knowing that you can do and execute these shots is a whole other story, especially when you're staring at a creek like we were on an 18 or water right or sand left or wondering about your distances. So then kudos to those guys who are considered to be the best in the world and can maintain that.
Yeah. Speaking of golfers, any golfers that you kind of got your eye on and say, this person really can play?
Well, after day one and part of day two, Ryan Succop I played with him. I know he's a stick. He's got a nice, long, pretty swing. He's probably got one of the best swings outside of a PGA guy that I've ever seen. Andre Roberts is right there at the top. He might be tied for first right now, and he's probably not even halfway through his round today. He's been playing some great golf. Brett Kern, I played with him for a little bit with the Titans. I haven't seen him play, but he's right up there at the top. So, the good thing is we all want to beat each other, but we're also happy for those who are dominating, because this is a unique, special brotherhood we have here, and it's more than just golf here. This is therapeutic for a lot of us. We're getting that locker room feel again. Something that I would say, you ask all the guys who retired, they probably miss that more than any down or any touchdown, or any block. They miss the locker room, the camaraderie, sitting around just kind of shooting the crap with each other, because we all come from a similar makeup and a similar journey as far as how we got to be pros and considered the best in the world. And so, like, just to catch up and hear, you know, what it was like back in the 90s versus the 2000s. It's great to hear, like, how guys transitioned when they were done. And just so many subjects that I think are really important for our mental health. Because it's not easy. It's not easy retiring in my case and a lot of other guys. And so talk to Tim Brown and Jerome Bettis and some of the guys who are more recent out and Jermaine Curtis is special because it helps me mentally and I believe that, you know, I'm not in this alone. Someone else has gone through this.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you know, with Jerome Bettis, you have something in common. You went to Notre Dame. What makes Notre Dame so special?
What makes Notre Dame so special? I mean, we could be here for an hour. You know, one of the reasons why Notre Dame stuck out to me, it had a big university like appeal, but it was very intimate once you were within. Like, we only had, 4,000 to 6,000 undergrads. The whole campus you could probably walk in 20, 25 minutes. The tradition that came with it was obviously second to none. But, you know, for me, it came down to a couple things when I committed. If I could come in and play right away, that's check one. If I could play baseball and football, that's two. And then the third thing, we had Charlie Weiss, who won Super Bowls. Eventually, the next level was hopefully going to be in the picture. He was going to prepare me for that. So I decided, hey, let's ride with Notre Dame and, you know, never look back. And it's such a special place. It's one of those places where I strongly believe if you're a football fan and you just appreciate architecture, it's one of those places you should make time to go visit and experience before you die. Awesome.
Thank you so much, School of Tate. I appreciate you. It's been an honor talking to you, man. I feel like I could talk to you for another hour.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can talk too. Let me know where I get this shirt, man. This shirt is special. Look at him,
Thank you. I appreciate
you look good in both of them too.
Thank you. Man, pleasure.